flash of memory, a spark of the life before. Your companions remember more of their lives than they let on, and sometimes that memory shines through. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Loki Oren, and we are back in Discord talking about Darkest Dungeon 2. And first of all, shout out to Hall Gamer. Previously, believe their handle was Hall Taker. They saved me a bunch of work and put together all 9 of the new hero paths into a single post in Discord. So I'm just gonna walk through these and talk about the new hero paths. So let's dive in. First of all, our first one here is Yellow Hand. It's the Highwayman path. Flavor text. Let's go another round then. So apply on hit, lower bleed, melee, or actually apply on hit melee skills, reduce bleed resistance. He gets more max HP, does a lot less damage with his range skills. But, and this is where the real benefit comes in, highway robbery skills steal positive tokens, and double cross skills remove, and the double cross skill removes block. So this is a really hard path for me to judge, because those are a set of skills that I don't really use a whole lot. This is definitely the tankwayman path, as that plus 15% max HP and the reduced range skill means you're going to want to be in rank 1 or 2. And interestingly, this is the first Highwayman path that doesn't make point blank shot better, which is nice. The highway robbery skill is actually quite interesting, as that's not a skill I've used a whole lot, but now that it steals positive tokens, that's a little bit more appealing on some fights, particularly ones like some of the cultist fights, some of the others where there's a lot of tokens getting thrown around. So definitely worth taking a look at. But that's Yellow Hand. Next up, the Grave Robber, and sorry for the different sizings, kind of working with what we got here, but the new Grave Robber path is Venom Drop. I'll double the dose, just to be sure. So this already feels like, just the name and the flavor text already tells me I'm going to like this skill. Range skills reduced 50% damage. Oh no! Blight darts, poison darts are gonna do less damage than they already do, which is none. -3 speed sucks, but +2 blight duration dealt when coming out of stealth. Flashing daggers does blight, which is suddenly makes it and when upgraded does 2 blight. That actually makes flashing daggers like an okay skill. Like, what? Flashing daggers is good? Or at least okay with Venom Drop? And then movement skills give +30% blight chance. So there's a world where you're, setting up like a pirouette into flashing daggers or poison darts. But yeah, this is Venom Drop, so very blight heavy, which is frankly how I think a lot of people play Grave Robber. And the 50% reduced range damage is just not going to be super relevant. You're using the blight for the most part, though. I guess the crit, reducing the damage, she does crit a fair bit. And the -3 speed's not great, but not awful. But that's Venom Drop. Next up, Intermezzo. Let's keep this melody moving. So the Jester path, song skills, which I assume is any of the ones that have the word song in the skill, cause 2 bleed. Inspiring Tune gives +20% stress resistance. Echoing March skill, when moving, causes 2 bleed. And the target, Ballad and Playout skills give crit token, dodge token, strength token, or block token. So this is all about targeting the enemy and bleeding them, and targeting your own companions, shifting them around, and buffing them. So this is kind of a buffing path, mixed with another bleed path that's also moving both the enemy and the party quite a bit. Not sure what to think of this one just yet. I think this will need some experimentation. I haven't done a ton with the Inspiring Tune, Echoing March type skills, and Battle Ballad and Play Out, same story. So this will definitely push me to try those skills out more. But there's definitely some promise here. Interested to see where this ends up. Next up, Hellion, her path Carcass. Again, I can take it. Yeah, okay. Gain when crit, -1 stress or -2 stress. So, yeah, the Hellions just losing stress when getting punched. Barbaric Yawp also gives taunt tokens. Target Wicked Hack skills. The Wicked Hack skill removes block, but turn start winded and on turn end per winded block token, 75% chance. So if the fight lasts longer than 3 rounds and you're not removing the winded, the Hellions got a 75% chance 3 times of getting a black block token. So this is just the, like the flavor text implies, the hit me harder path. The Hellion is just going to sit there and absorb damage. And, I think I said earlier, gain when hit. It's gain when crit. You have a chance to reduce stress rather than gain stress. That's quite nice. But yeah, not very impressed with this path. I mean, it's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. Like, it's a different way to play the Hellion, just having her be the ultimate, like, damage sponge. But I will say that, you'd rather the Hellion doing damage than just sitting there getting punished. So I'm not sure how good this is going to end up being, but it's definitely interesting. Next up, the Plague Doctor. Apologies for the small side. Physician. Interesting. Different from Surgeon. Let me prescribe a more holistic regimen. So again, Paracelsus just playing doctor here. Blight skills -2 blight dealt. Yikes. Bleed skills -2 bleed dealt. Disorientating Blast now has plus 20% chance to stun. That's quite good. Ounce of Prevention gives stress resistance. That's kind of a callback to when Ounce of Prevention was broken. Emboldening Vapors skills give strength. Disorientating Blast skills give vulnerable. Healing skills give weaken. Yeah, this doesn't feel very good. So she's doing almost no damage because even upgraded, something like Plague Grenade is only applying 2 Blight and Noxious Blast is applying 4, down from 4 and 6 respectively. The chance at stunning is not bad, and the stress resistance on Ounce of Prevention almost makes the skill worthwhile using, though still probably not. Emboldening Vapor is giving another strength token isn't bad. Disorientating Blast providing vulnerable is not bad. But healing skills giving weaken tokens is kind of actively bad. So I don't know. I don't think the Physician's a very good path. I don't think people are gonna be excited to see the Physician. This feels like it's definitely trying to push the Plague Doctor in a new direction. The problem is that direction isn't really one I want to take the Plague Doctor. So, probably downvote the Physician there. Bulwark. So this is the changed Bulwark. No, this isn't changed Bulwark because the old Bulwark was renamed Vanguard. This is Bulwark. Crush and Riposte skills, -50% damage. Shield attack skills, plus 50% damage. So this would be skills like Rampart. They have a 10% stun chance base, and they shield attack for plus 50% damage, and Stand Fast skill gives taunt tokens as well. So that's quite interesting. So you're doing less damage with Crush and Riposte, which is, not our favorite. But you're doing more damage with the shield attacks, which are not skills I use very often. And the shield attack skills have a chance to just stun, so that's quite sweet. And Stand Fast, I remember looking at that skill. That was a buffing skill, and it now gives taunt, which is what the Man-at-Arms wants. So that one feels quite good. So yeah, definitely worth experimentation here. Definitely need to see more of it before we dig in, but that's quite interesting. Next up, the Aspirant. The Occultist path. I drift in the starless skies of the void. Plus 25% max HP, plus 50% melee skills, plus 150% damage on Amnesis. But your cursing skills kind of suck. You have lower debuff resistance, but you get Combat Start, a block plus token. So this is the frontline Occultist skill, because you are going to hit like a bus with this. Sacrificial Stab will be hitting for big damage. Amnesis is doing enough damage to actually be useful. So that's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to this. And finally, Monarch, the leper path. To rule, one must learn to serve. So Monarch has minus 30% max HP, yikes. Minus 75% damage on chop skills, also yikes. Purge and Intimidate skills apply vulnerable, not awful, but combat start, if you're fighting Cosmic, so basically if you're fighting the Shambler or the end boss, plus 50% max HP, plus 2 speed, and plus 100% damage on chop. So I don't know if that means it goes down 75 then up 100, so it's effectively up 25%. But regardless, so basically the leper is just taking the game off until you get to the Shambler or the final boss. But once it gets there, that's quite interesting. So yeah, hard to say. But thank you all for watching. That's the 9 new paths and kind of my early thoughts on it. Overall, Monarch looks quite interesting. I'm not sure how much I'd like to have it, because I'd rather the leper just be more middle of the road, I think. But it's definitely viable. Aspirant looks quite fun. I look forward to trying out Aspirant. Bulwark, I look forward to trying out Bulwark. Physician, I think, is probably the big loser here. This is probably the worst of the new hero pass, in that it just takes the Plague Doctor in a direction I don't particularly care to go. Carcass just feels kind of funny to me. It's more memey than anything. I definitely think there's going to be some good areas where it's, stress healing itself, taunting with Barbaric Yawp, and just tanking an incredible amount of damage. But I use my Hellions to deal damage, not to take it. Intermezzo, I don't have a good read on just yet. There's definitely a chance that you're applying a lot of bleed with Echoing March and your song skills and buffing your allies. This is definitely, if you're building a very dance heavy comp, this definitely has potential. Venom Drop, I think, is amazing. This is quite good. Quite look forward to trying out Venom Drop. Just a lot more, kind of tripling down on Blight, and should be pretty easy to take advantage of the different skills here. And finally, Yellow Hand. Another quite good one. The Tankway Man is now in business, and Highway Robbery getting quite the upswing here. By the way, this combos with the patch notes. Highway Robbery is now a melee skill, so it's not affected by the 75% damage reduction. So definitely looking forward to trying out Yellow Hand. But thank you all for watching. Until next time, see ya. Hey, post-initial recording, Lukioran here. Sharp-eyed viewers will have noticed I only did 8 hero paths because I wasn't paying attention, so whoops. So the final path is the Runaways path, Orphan, which I think is kind of dark. I have nothing, and so I have everything. So the runaway path, minus 20% max HP, which is kind of a yikes on a fairly fragile character. And this one's kind of complicated. So if you're in rank 1 or 2, or so basically the further forward she is, the more damage she deals. The further back she is, the more flame she deals. Which kind of... It's a very interesting way to think about the Runaway. You kind of have a very flexible choice here of what you want to do. And it really matches to her kind of dancing ways. But I think the thing to look at here, and then self, so the Firestarter skill gives a crit token, which is, that's definitely not bad. But thinking about this, so if you're playing with the Runaway up front, like we did, like I did with a future formation Wall of Fire, she's gonna be doing a lot less fire, but she is gonna hit harder with Searing Strike and Ransack. Further back she goes, the better her burn gets. You start seeing Dragonfly. Yeah, Dragonfly. Or is it Firefly? No, it's Firefly. Dragonfly is the one from up front. So Firefly starts getting better and better. So I definitely think this path is quite good for the approach of, the Runaway becomes so much more flexible and continues to do damage. But it also is one where it's not bad to just lock the runaway into position 4 and just say, we're not doing any damage, we're just setting everything on fire. Or locking her into the front rank and saying, we're just going to hit things, and we're not going to worry about the burn at all. But anyway, that's the last of the paths. Apologies for the disjoint here. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.